Alright, welcome everyone to another episode of my Better Than Wolves Minecraft Let's Play. Now, unfortunately, I've tried recording this episode a couple of times before. I normally record my Minecraft videos using Camtasia on the Mac side of my computer. I actually dual boot both operating systems with Boot Camp, and unfortunately, I was trying to use Fraps and I lost the recording. I lost about 20 minutes of footage, so I'm going to try this again. So basically, where we left off last time in episode 3, we were inside a cave system that I tried turning into a mob trap. And now you might be wondering where this is, and you have every right to do so. This is right in the middle of that cave, and I have completed, or at least for the most part, that mob trap. So let's check it out, and I will get to some other stuff later. I'm just going to eat an apple here. Okay, so basically, here's how it works. I've got this dungeon over there, this dungeon over there. I believe this is the spider one, this is the skeleton one. And I have this little room here, which is in range of both of them. As you can see, both of them are spinning. So both of them are actively spawning mobs right now, and I can monitor the status of the monster spawners through these little windows here. And this is it's a very safe room. So basically, if we go down here, dun dun dun, it's a little ways down. Down here, we will see the collection area. Now, before we kill some of these mobs, let me just explain how it works. So we have two large pits underneath each of the monster spawners. This is under the spider spawner. I have this waterfall here because the spider spawner was a little bit higher up than the skeleton one was. And we've got some fences here because normally if a mob falls into flowing water, it will not be damaged. Now, this is about somewhere between a 20 and 22 block drop. And if you put fences underneath water, then they will be damaged. So that means that basically the fall from the monster spawner will take them down to, within a one-hit kill. And I'm going to use stone swords for that because they're very cheap. And this is the skeleton dungeon, same thing over there. So they flow into the central area. I've got a divider here to separate them because I tried having them both funneled into the same area and killing them all at once. But what happened is, when I tried to kill the spiders, the skeletons were able to shoot me, and when I tried to kill the skeletons, the spiders were able to attack me. Because you have to have different kinds of openings in order to kill them without them killing you, basically. So we've got the spiders here where I can hit them from above, and we've got the skeletons here where I can just hit their feet. So let's see if we can get rid of these pretty quickly. Again, very easy to do. I'm trying to work on a mechanism that makes it so that instead of backing up the system, the spiders get consolidated a little bit better in this little area, but it seems to work pretty well as it is. I actually installed a little piston here, which, let's see, because some spiders I think get stuck up there, so let me just try this. And that should push some more spiders down. Let's try it. And I'm hoping, let's see, let's just check it out over here. Because generally some spiders get stuck under here, so hopefully that should prevent them from backing up the system a little bit. And I've actually gotten a lot of XP from taking advantage of this system. I'm on level 25 right now, but I've actually gotten up to level 50 about 4 times just from using this monster spawn, which is very, very good. And I've actually enchanted some stuff, which I will show you as soon as I finish killing these spiders. It seems that some of them don't die from the fall, or aren't damaged enough from the fall, so they do take multiple hits. But as you can see, most of them do only require one hit from the stone sword, so that's pretty good. And this is the number of monsters that I've gotten from leaving this here for about 45 minutes. So we haven't even gotten to the skeletons yet. Let me just see if there are any more hiding up there. Okay. Get on to these. The skeletons are much easier to kill because they don't climb things, and I put a lot of signs just in the spider area to prevent them from climbing up walls. I'm pretty sure that signs prevent that if you put a sign on a wall, it'll prevent a spider from climbing it. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems to have worked fairly well so far. Let's get another sword here. Almost there. As you can see, I've gained a few XP levels already. Originally you can gain about like 14 levels just from like 15 minutes of standing in the spawner. Unfortunately, the XP requirement to increase levels is exponential, which means that getting from level 0 to level 30 is about the same as getting from 30 to 40 as far as the number of mobs you have to kill and such. So let's just get rid of these guys. So I might do some touching up to it eventually, but I think that the mob trap works pretty well, and I'm pretty happy with it. And it's definitely going to help me out as I achieve different levels of tools, and I get into the steel tools provided in the Better Than Wolves mod. Come on, there we go. And I believe, well, there's a couple more spiders here. Let's take care of these, and then we can get on to some other stuff. Alright, so that should be it. Also, I've gotten a lot of stuff from this mob trap. As you can see, a lot of arrows, which is going to be useful later on if I ever decide to go up against the Ender Dragon. And we've got a fair bit of string. Spiders, it seems, drop less loot than skeletons do, but that's okay. We got a lot of spider eyes, and I'm not exactly sure what those are useful for, but we'll figure that out later. So there we go. That is basically the mob trap in a nutshell. It works pretty well. There's another spider here. There's a few more spiders here. Yeah, as you can see, they're sort of climbing on this part. They can't really climb on the signs, but they're climbing on this middle glass part. Let me just take care of those. I gotta say, the spider's climbing ability is a tad annoying. I mean, of course, it makes sense, but it's still annoying. Alright, so now I'm going to leave the mob trap, and it does take a little while to get back home, but I'm just going to basically pause the recording, and then I will cut to where I am back at my base, so I'll see you in a couple seconds. Alright, so here I am, back at my home base, and before I get to actually building some stuff, first off, like I said, I have reached level 50 in experience levels 4 times so far, so I've enchanted 4 things. I have a iron helmet and iron boots, both with protection 4 enchantments, which is very nice. I have an iron sword, a diamond sword with sharpness 4, which means that mobs basically die in 1 or 2 hits, but my favorite enchantment that I've gotten so far is this pickaxe here. I have Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4, and Silk Touch, which is very nice. Unbreaking 3 essentially makes the pickaxe last about 4 times as long, at least according to Minecraft Wiki, and Efficiency 4 makes it mine things very, very quickly, and it doesn't just apply to stone-type items like a pickaxe normally mines, it applies to wood and dirt and everything like that. And with Silk Touch, I can actually pick up things regardless of what they normally drop. So, for example, instead of dropping cobblestone when I mine smooth stone, it'll actually drop smooth stone, which is very nice, which means that I can save a good bit of coal in smelting smooth stone, because I can just pick it up with my pickaxe. So that's very nice. Additionally, now this is some stuff that I got on camera when I originally recorded this episode, but it didn't work out very well. Actually, before I get to that, I expanded my wheat farm a bit, which is actually quite useful because I am out of food right now. I've been using a lot of food for killing mobs, basically, because that uses up a lot of food bar points, and I'll just get rid of this one too. And also in using, well, I'll tell you in just a second. It's another thing that I recorded but was not able to keep because of Fraps and its weird way of handling different windowed scenarios. So basically what happened in my previous recording session that I lost, I was trying to use Fraps to record in full screen and using Minecraft in full screen, and for some reason it kept on like stopping and starting the recording in weird places, and I can't tell because you know, you just hit F9 or whatever your hotkey is, and it'll start the recording, and you hit it again and stop it. There's no on-screen indicator until you actually look at the file and see if there's a video recording there, which is kind of confusing. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that, but so we got 61 wheat, which is pretty good. Let's just replant this. Yeah, I expanded my wheat farm because I just wanted to take full advantage of this water flow here, because of course you can have wheat growing within 4 blocks of a water source. So I just wanted to take full advantage of that and build it on both sides. And eventually I will make an automatic wheat farm, which is going to be much more sorry, I can't talk. Which is going to be much more efficient and profitable, because I will not have to worry about going back and checking it. It'll just harvest on its own. So there we go. So now, let me just show you some stuff that I did on, well, I guess on camera, but for all functional purposes, off camera. I harvested a lot of hemp between the last episode and now. So I actually had about 6.5 stacks of hemp. I created a millstone and a hand crank, and I ground a bunch of those up into hemp fibers, and then I made some rope, and I also made some fabric, which I eventually crafted into a windmill, which was pretty easy considering that I harvested a lot of hemp. So that's useful. Also, I just built a little nether portal and just grabbed some netherrack and some glowstone. The glowstone is in here. as well. I've since taken down the Nether portal because that wasn't going to be its permanent resting place anyway. But that is that. Also, I put some leather in the millstone, scoured it, and of course the wolf dung that I collected a while ago I used to make some tanned leather, and that'll come in handy a little bit later. I'm not going to use it yet, but that is the situation, and eventually I'm going to have to make some an automated cow farm, specifically because I'm going to need a lot of leather. But that will be in the future. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to build a little windmill, a windmill place. So I've got a lot of axles, I've got some gearboxes, I've got my windmill, and I've got a millstone, which should be good. And I'm going to go, and I also have, let me just grab a stack of wood. I also went wood gathering again. So let's find a good place to put this. As you know, I cleared out this very large area here, and it looks like we have a lot of hemp to harvest, but I won't do that right now. So what would be a good place to put my windmill? I think before I do that, why don't I lay out where my my main home base is going to be, because I think that would be kind of nice. So we've got a very large open area right here. I need some more food, but I'll worry about that in a minute. Got my wolves over there. I got this place over here. I prefer to not have my home base be directly above here. Just because I'm going to be digging underground and I don't really want to have to ruin this place. And there's a cave system underneath. Let's see. Let me go back up. No, this might take me a little bit longer to think about it than I would prefer to record, so I'm actually just going to pause the recording again, and I'm going to resume it when I figure out where I'm going to put this thing. So, hold on just a second. Alright, so I finally figured out where I'm going to put my my building, and I'm just going to sleep because it's actually night outside, and then I'll show you. I just marked out the corners, but I didn't do any building. And I know that because of the wonders of video editing, it's only going to be a couple seconds between now and, or between when I cut the recording and now. Oh god. It's actually been about half an hour. It took me quite a while to figure out to actually make up my mind on where I wanted this thing to be. But I decided that I wanted to be on the closer side to the water, because that's where my mob trap is, and I want them to be connected underground. So here it is. I've basically selected a 40 by 40 area, and so yeah. So this is where I'm going to be putting my main base. I'm not sure whether I should make a separate building to put my windmill in, or whether I should just put my windmill like at the top of this one. And if I probably won't get that done this episode. So let me know in the comments whether you think I should put a windmill on the top of this, or whether I should just make a separate windmill structure for it. So yeah. So let me just mark out this this territory here. Like I said, it's about 40 blocks. This might not even be the final building material for it, but I just sort of like to get a sense of how big this thing is going to be. Now, the only thing about putting a windmill at the top of this is because it is because the dimensions are an even number. It's 40 by 40. That means that a windmill would not be properly centered. So I'd have to find some way around that if I were to do that. And I'm not gonna build this up a huge amount in this episode, just because I don't have the time and it would be very boring. So let me just make some wooden planks there. So I'm gonna have to find some way to work around that. If I had to, I might resize the building so that one size was an odd number. But I kind of like the 40 by 40 dimensions. Also, this efficiency 4 pickaxe works really well on basically everything. It's actually faster than my iron axe on wood, which is why I'm using it there. And because it has the Unbreaking 3 enchantment, it shouldn't really be too much of a problem as far as damaging it. So there we go. So this is the area that I have to work with in here. And yeah, so I'm probably going to do a lot of this building either off camera or as a time lapse, just because it's very big. And as you can see, this building is so big it actually stretches just about 10 blocks from the water all the way almost over to where my original base is. So that's pretty big. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to Let's see, do I have enough? Just go grab some dirt over here. I'm gonna recollect that skylight and show you the wonders of silk touch. Check this out. First off, I'm collecting grass blocks from that, which is quite neat. So that way, instead of having to worry about waiting for grass to grow, or if I'm doing something underground and I want grass, then I don't have to build a huge staircase and wait for, I don't have to build a huge staircase and, like, wait for the grass to creep down. And also, I can now break glass without actually breaking it, which is very nice. Go, and good as new. Just grab this. I'm just getting rid of that because I'm probably gonna build another building up. Whoa, I see a skeleton. Just get rid of him. Now, 3 hits. That's weird. I think when they made the 1.0 patch, or I guess it might have been the 1.9 pre-release, they really nerfed weapons. Either that or they buffed all the mobs that you have to fight, because previously a regular diamond sword was able to kill a mob in 2 hits, basically, no question. And now you have to enchant it with a level 50 sharpness 4 just to get it down to like 2 or 3 hits, which is kind of a bummer. But oh well. So I got my glass back, and I will probably use that. I'll probably reinstall that in the mob trap. So what is there to do now? Let us see. Well, actually, I'm going to put my armor back on. I actually put that on because I'm not sure whether armor takes damage when you're hungry. I know that in real life that would be ridiculous, but I'm not entirely sure that the armor takes damage or not from when you're losing health when you're hungry. Because I actually pillared up to the sky limit to get an overview of my land, and I took my armor off because I was out of food and I was losing some health, and I didn't want it to damage my armor. Actually, I think my difficulty is still on... Oh, it's on normal. Never mind. I thought it was on easy for a minute there. So, let's see. What to do. Just grab some more wood here. And let's go outside. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the recording. I'll see you in just a second, and then I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. Alrighty, so it's about 2 days later now. I've been off camera for just a little while. I've been kind of busy. I've been traveling a little bit. I'm actually filming this from a hotel room, and the reason for the recent gap in uploads, I guess a little bit before this, was because I've been around. I'm actually recording this from a hotel room. But the good news is, if you are seeing this, it means that I'm back at home with my good internet connection, and I'm going to be posting videos more frequently now. So anyway, in that time, since I recorded the first bit of this episode, a couple things have happened. First off, I spent some time in the mob trap. I enchanted a bow, and I got a very nice enchantment. I looked on the wiki, actually, and this is the maximum enchantment you can get, basically. It has all 4 possible abilities for the bow at the highest level. So Power 5 basically means... basically 1-hit kills with this bow. Punch 2 knocks them back, Flame 1 lights them on fire, and Infinity 1, which is really cool. It means that I actually can have 1 arrow in my inventory, and it would last forever. It basically means that it doesn't use up any ammunition as long as you have 1 arrow in your inventory, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, I have my efficiency 4 Unbreaking 3 pickaxe. It's actually a little bit worn out, and that is because I have been working on the big wooden base that I started laying the foundation for in the first part of the episode, and this is what it looks like right now. So you know, it's not much. I basically just laid out a frame for it. And the reason it looks like this, I know it looks a little bit like a wedding cake, but I didn't want it to be just like a really, really tall rectangular prism, and I wanted to have multiple levels so I could have different things going on. And the reason that we have sort of a stacked, sort of a sandwich of 2 levels right here is because it's about 16 by 16 blocks. Each of the levels are perfect squares. And the reason that it's like that is because if I got any smaller than 16 by 16 blocks, it would be a little bit too small for me to do anything in. So I just decided to stack them up and have them be relatively short. They're only about 4 blocks high each, and I think it looks pretty nice. So when I finish it up, add some different materials and some windows and stuff like that, I think it'll look pretty cool. And I think I probably am going to have a windmill at the top, and I'm going to borrow an idea that I think Battosay, his YouTube username is Battosay52. He's this really awesome French Minecrafter. makes some really cool stuff. He's doing a Better Than Wolves Let's Play as well, and I've been linking his channel in the description. But basically, his concept was to have a building with a windmill at the top, and then have a column down the middle that would distribute the mechanical power to the different levels. So I think I'm gonna borrow that idea because it works pretty well. So that way I can have some automated farms or whatever on different levels of here, and I can just have the mechanical power from a single windmill at the top power the whole thing, and so that'll be very efficient. So I'll probably use the bottom level for. You can't see it from here, but I'm actually keeping my wolves in there right now. They're not out in the open anymore. I might use it for some sort of storage room, either that or I could put the storage room underground. Let me know what you think of that. This water column in the middle is actually it's just been to allow me to transport from between different levels as I was laying out this scaffolding. But it'll be replaced by some sort of column in the middle with probably 4x4 to distribute that mechanical power. So I think it looks pretty nice. Again, it's a 40x40 area, so I've got a good bit of space to work with. And let's just travel up to the top. You should see the view on the top of this thing. It's quite nice. And again, I'm not a huge fan of this water column. I'll probably have a ladder or some rope or something like that to get to the top because it is rather laborious and slow. And as you can see, we're only on the second level and we're pretty high up. This goes. Oh shoot! Come on. We're the top of this building. I'm not sure exactly what you call it, but the top of this building actually goes pretty close to the sky limit in Minecraft, and I know that in the 1.2 update that's actually going to be like doubled or something, maybe even, I think it might be tripled actually. So here we go. This is the top of it, and as you can see, very nice view. You can see all around. Let's just look at the ground from up here. So yeah, very high up. Don't want to fall from up here, but it's really cool. So if I just turn this on, so yeah, we're at level 106, as you can see by the Y coordinate over there in the left side of the screen. And of course the height limit is 128, so we've got another about 20 more blocks to work with. I'm going to build this up a little bit if I'm going to have a windmill at the top, and the windmill protrudes in 6 blocks in each direction. So that's going to bring us right up to the sky limit about. I'll probably... So yeah, so I think I'm probably going to conclude this episode here. I don't have a whole lot more to talk about, but I hope you've enjoyed. Between now and episode 5, I'm going to keep working on this building, and probably the next few episodes are going to take place mostly inside here, or at least between here and the little underground place right here, because I'll be transferring materials and stuff like that. I'll be building this place up. That'll probably be the focus of my next few episodes, and I'll get into some more Better Than Wolves stuff, which is going to be neat as well. So I hope you liked the video. If you have any suggestions for things that you'd like me to do, as always, leave them in the comments or send me a message or whatever you want to do, because I'm always open to feedback and suggestions. So yeah, so I will catch you guys later, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.